Hi, fourth graders. I would like you to get your science packet out with a pencil, and we're going to pick up where we left off. The last time we worked on science, I was introducing you to animal adaptations and how their behaviors are adaptations to where they live. And we talked about how an instinct is a behavior that an animal begins life with. So it's something that they're not taught. It's just something they're born knowing how to do. And one of those things was migration. And we talked about how monarch butterflies fly south for the winter. And the reason why they fly south for the winter is so that way they can survive, because that's where the food is and the climate is better for them to live. And this is an instinct. No other butterfly taught them to fly south for the winter. They don't live very long, so they didn't learn it from another butterfly. They just internally know to go. I need to go down to Mexico where I can find food and where I know I can be warm. So now we're going to talk about another animal that migrates, that has this internal something telling them that they're born with, an instinct that they're born with to migrate, and that is the turtle. So migration, first we need the definition of migration, and that is the movement of a group of one type of animal from one region to another and then back again. So migration is the movement of a group of one type of animal from one region to another and back again. So make sure you put migration and then movement of a group and then animal on those three different lines for the first bulleted point. And we know lots of animals that migrate. There's one animal that we see every year, the geese, right? Canadian geese. They migrate from Canada. We hear them honking in the fall, right? Because we know that they're headed down to warmer climates where they can be warmer and they can find food, and then they come back again in the spring. So we know animals migrate. We see that. And so migration is a behavioral adaptation. So it's something in their behavior that makes them adapted to their environment. Something that they do, a behavior or something that they do. Previously, we were talking about body adaptations and things like that. Now we're talking about behavior adaptations. So female Atlantic green turtles go to Ascension Island in the South Atlantic Ocean to lay their eggs. They bury the eggs in the sand on the beach. After hatching, the young turtles move toward the ocean. Then they swim toward feeding areas along the coast of Brazil, more than 620 miles away. When the female turtles become adults, they return to Ascension Island to lay their eggs. So I'm going to repeat that again. Make sure that you are filling in the blank spaces. Female Atlantic green turtles go to Ascension Island in the South Atlantic Ocean to lay their eggs. So this is something that they just intrinsically, they have an instinct to go lay their eggs on Ascension Island. So they go to the island, they bury their eggs in the sand on the beach, and they leave. The baby turtles, after they hatch, there's no adult turtles there. There are only baby turtles there. So no grown-up turtles to show them what they need to do. When they hatch, they start moving toward the ocean automatically, and then they swim toward feeding areas along the coast of Brazil, and it's more than 620 miles away. So they have to travel a long distance to get to the coast of Brazil. And when the female turtles become adults, so these babies, the female ones, when they grow up, they return to Ascension Island and lay their eggs there. So it's just something that they internally know to do. Something that instinct they have to go and lay their eggs on Ascension Island. And then the babies just have that instinct to get to the water. Migration is an instinct. So our next page. The turtles do not learn from other turtles where the feeding areas are or how to get to Ascension Island. They know by instinct where to go. And you can see this is a great illustration of it on this picture. This is the coast of Brazil, which is a country in South America where it's very warm. And you can see how they travel, right? And here is Ascension Island, way out here. And you can see these are different routes that the turtles take to come back to the feeding grounds, but they all come back to the coast of Brazil. They just instinctively know to go back. So I have a video that I want to share with you, and it is of some of the turtles hatching and how they just instinctively know to go to the water. I want you to be paying attention to the video, and I would like you to write 2 important or interesting facts. Write those down on that page, on this page where it says migration is an instinct. And then you're going to put those 2 facts on the Google Forms sheet after watching the video. So I'm going to get out of here and we're going to go. I already have the video up, ready to go. So it's a green turtle's battle for survival. This is from Planet Earth.
Swimmers also come to Ascension to breed. A female green turtle approaches the coast. She's not eaten once in 2 months. She may have travelled 1,000 miles from her feeding grounds, the greatest journey of her kind. Many others are here too, resting on the sandy sea floor, awaiting the darkness of night, when it'll be safer to visit the beaches. Eggs that were laid a few weeks ago at the start of the season are beginning to hatch. Most hatchings happen at night. Now, in the light of day, the young are extremely vulnerable. They must get to the sea as soon as possible. But their trials have only just begun.
So not only do they have to get to the sea, but they have to survive that initial getting into the water.
Many will drown in the pounding waves. During the next 20 years, the vast majority will inevitably die. But those that survive will eventually, as their mothers did before them, return to the very same beach where they were hatched. How they find their way back across thousands of miles of open ocean, we still have no idea.